interesting.
I can't share my screen, can I?
No.
Okay.
John
But
Flynn is free.
Lives, and I think that would make it more interesting, where you're able to share your screen as well as you're on a video type thing.
There's a lot of FOIA coming in, which are very damaging to the Attorney General of Connecticut.
Yep, sure is.
And the Secretary of State. But we'll see. They don't have. You can't get a judge to prosecute. So what's the point? Can anyone figure that out?
Well, that's why we have to go to the federal claims court, because that's the only new judge that they have.
There you go. Oh, now that's great.
So, Autumn, can you talk? And I want to try to get other people's mics to see if they're working.
Yeah, sorry. It's like I keep getting knocked on and it keeps going mute, and Amy's getting ready to get on in a minute too.
All right, let's get this party started.
Yeah, she's getting ready to hop on in just a second. I got a phone call on the other line from Queen Aisha from New Zealand, and I introduced them real quick.
Oh, I know Aisha of God FM. How did you meet up with Aisha?
Do you know Aisha from New Zealand?
I know Aisha of God of FM. We used to be very close. How did you meet Aisha?
We met a couple of years ago.
Yeah, she's actually being extremely targeted. They were breaking into her home, doing all kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah, no, we've been friends for a couple of years now.
You tell her you know me.
She actually found her perpetrators now.
Really?
Yeah, just found them.
I need to talk to her then.
She's wonderful.
Hello, Lady Aisha.
Yeah, she's wonderful. She's like, hi, Mike.
By the power of God Almighty, when she prays, this command.
Yeah, I love that accent. She's
wonderful.
Wonderful.
She's got a great accent.
Yeah, she was reigning queen of New Zealand in the early 90s.
She's actually, her father, I think, was attached to NSA, too. She's got a story. She's got some great
stories. She does. We've gotten it, we keep in touch daily.
She's a wonderful woman.
A beautiful woman.
Yeah.
She's so pretty.
Yeah. She's a petite little thing.
Now, she said that the technology's hit her so hard, though. God love her. I think the world of her.
All right, guys. It's enough about Queen Latifah. But
yeah. Let's talk about Mr. Johnny Flynn.
That's right. And because we're losing people.
Hello, Johnny Flynn.
Okay.
John, you ready?
I'm trying to switch to the big computer, but I can't. I'm ready. Only 17 people waiting.
Amy's in.
Well, I'd like to thank a list of donors this month who gave me $5 grand. Yippee. Thank you. I could read the names perhaps. Because sometimes it comes down to raising some money, folks. Unfortunately, I hate to ask people for money, but when I needed it, it came through. And I would not be out if it were not for retaining somebody. So, I think they fear him.
I sent you $20.
Awesome. You gave up smoking for 2 days? Awesome.
I did.
Good for you, girl.
I paid you back for those 2 packs of smoke.
Well.
Crazy man. I love you, Johnny Flynn.
I would not ask you to show me your moves, but that's okay.
That's okay. No, I never offered to show you my lungs. Thank you.
Excellent.
Yeah, I sent you $25. Got the nicest thank you note back from Dawn. She's wonderful.
She's the most wonderful.
So that's Autumn speaking, who's awesome, and she's making her rounds. Why don't you talk about your trip to?
Well, I was going to say my friend here to my right there, Miss Amy, is the most awesome woman in the world. What I've watched her do this week is amazeballs, guys.
She's a hero. Amy's a hero.
Yeah.
I love Amy.
She is amazing. I want you to know she took a very short clip of me sitting right next to her, and after she'd already sent me a message on the way here, she sent me a message and said, "Your have arrived, and they're part of a satanic second world order." And I was like, "Oh God, that's great." She's like, "Come on, let's do this." And I was like, "All right, thanks." And I got here, and she did this little video clip, and she did the analysis of it. And in the background, they're going, "Autumn is a meth head," and I don't do drugs. Anybody who knows me, I don't use drugs. I used to years ago in my wilder and crazier days, but not anymore. And I was like, "Oh, well, that's nice." And they're like, "How much for Autumn?" And they were like, $50. And they're like, "How much for Harlem?" And they're like, $9.50. I go, "No, we don't mess with Harlem." They had hooked into a human trafficking group here in Orlando. And were tracking me the whole time, and I started cracking up, like, holy shit, that's kind of crazy. But when I didn't crack up is when they brought up some facts of some people that I knew were targeted, even with a minor who was talked into masturbating in front of his mother, and that was like, okay, this is sex trafficking. I'm over it. And she's like, "Let's get them." And she's sitting there, and they were trying to hack into everything of hers. And she's amazing. She blocked everything. She has this new software that she's using, and it blocks out half of my V2K. And half the V2K stays there, so I guess it's still there. And the United States government is not able to, so they start writing on the erase board to me. She's amazeballs. You guys need to watch the little video we did with David Morrow. Explains a lot of it. Say hello, Amy.
Hi, Anna. Hi, Autumn. Hi, Sherry. Hey, John. How's everybody doing today?
Hey, Amy, you are amazing.
Hey, Miss Amy.
You very much.
Amy, I'm gonna be hiring you extremely quickly here in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So just get ready. I've got videos for you to analyze.
All right, I'll be ready.
She is everything she said she is, guys.
A little bit. Yeah, if you guys can share it with Face and even do a quote post, and I'll repost your quote post and kind of get the algorithms. I know now because I've sent so many messages people that would love to hear John, and there's got to be some major blocking of spaces.
Of course there is, honey, and I even put it up on Facebook, and I had I had the music in the background, and we won't back down. It's even up on my story on Facebook, so it's ridiculous. I mean, and some people don't have X, yeah, but a lot of people do. Tell me, Sherry, I gotta do everything with music.
I love that about you, but one of the things that, I have so many people that are contacting me in the last, 4 or 5 weeks saying that they can't get in, and saying, this space is not even available, and they send in shots.
Well, yeah, Autumn's breaking me out of my shell. I'm usually a very quiet person, always in my office, always working. And here she comes every single time.
Hey, Autumn will get you up dancing, girl. Now, come on.
Hey, I've already been singing.
All right, John. So let's go ahead and start. We're at 7:30, and I think we should just go ahead and do it. So people
Excuse me, guys. I'm sick.
I invited Judy up. Judy's a supporter of you. I see her here tonight. I personally would like to thank Judy for her support, and she is amazing. I believe she's up near where you are. She is truly concerned and has a heart of Jesus. I'm telling you, the lady is spectacular. I don't know if you know her, but I would like everybody to know her and follow her because she's a special woman. I'm telling you.
Well, I'm looking at the donor list. 54 donors. Dawn Matos is you. There's a church that gave me $1,000 for my attorney. Thank God. It's it's called the Calvary Solid Ground Church in California.
Wow. That's a
And
solid.
I must say, there's a lot of people I do know here. Some I don't. Kim Novak is here. She gave me $100, but she's the one who filed the habeas corpus that the court worked on, and that's special thanks. We got good news the other day that Judge Reed is leaving Bridgeport.
Yay.
She will be hearing criminal charges against me because she didn't look at the video yet where I got the shit kicked out of me, and I did not resist. So we'll see what happens there. But
I think that video is going to be your key there, Mr.
maybe, and the fact that my attorney's getting indicted, and he coached clients to lie to a grand jury.
Wow.
Big mistake, because they turned on him.
Wow. Huge mistake.
But let's again say that Lizzie I found a few letters that she wrote, and there's a lot of articles about her, and it basically says that her husband was a pedophile working for the Second Circuit Court. Second Circuit Court heard our 5G appeal. I've never received a single piece of mail from them. I'm sure that invalidates whatever they decided. And I think about 10 of you intervened in the case. I think Autumn did. Sherry did. Rita did. I don't think Rita's there, but I spoke to Rita yesterday.
Yeah, and
How is
did,
Rita?
And a whole bunch of others did.
I intervened too. How's Rita? Is she okay? Is she out?
I spoke to her. She's resilient as all hell.
Okay, good.
Is she out? Yeah. And she said she has 65 felonies against her. Not she committed, that her committed against her.
Wow.
65 is a lot.
I have triple that. I had 2 today. Committed against me. Oh my gosh, it just keeps going on and on.
What'd they do
and
to you, Sherry? What'd they do to you?
Oh, I don't want to go into it. It's a deep story. But I would like to tell it, but not tonight. This is John's night. But yeah, Rita, she has a lot of things that she can say that happened for sure.
Yeah. The ocular end is key.
Yeah, you need a hold on that one for a bit.
He's still here. Steve, are you here? Do you think you're implanted? You think Aaron's implanted?
John, we're focused on you tonight.
I got a gentleman from Whiting on the phone who's been incarcerated for what, 11 years? Oh, 14. Sorry,
Wow.
my bad. But he seems completely competent to me. Not that they're questioning him for his own defense or anything. I'm just thinking that if he only was branded as schizophrenic, as everyone in the whole building is, that after treatment you should be able to be released. And he's looking for a way to get out.
Well, you got to get through your stuff first.
Well, getting other people out would help me get straight.
No, I have to.
I haven't heard the stories. The stories are valid.
Honey, everybody's got the stories.
Not like Steve. Not like people who are strapped down and medicated with, these doctors are not treating anyone. They're just giving you enough medication that you drool over yourself all day long and sit in the corner. That's not treatment.
Yeah, I have to agree. People are being locked up in the mental institution all over the place, and they're being wrongfully Baker acted and held against their wills without proper help, proper legal.
Yeah.
systems and ways to get the proper treatment that people need.
The laws in Florida are much worse than Connecticut.
Yes, they are.
When some people got murdered, though, Amy, I don't know
Amy,
how many
did they
people
give
got
you,
charged with murder.
Is electric shock therapy legal in Florida?
I believe not electric shock. I don't believe they can do that here in Florida, but they are cracking down. They did. I know they just passed a law on pedophilia that pedophiles will get the death sentence. So they are creating more laws in order for protection, but at the same time, like they're incarcerating all the homeless, they still have the Baker Act. We do have stand around laws, but every jurisdiction or county kind of makes up their own state rules, regulations, almost, it seems.
Wow.
So it depends on what district you belong to. Certain crimes could be committed and certain crimes cannot. Like out here where I am in Polk County area, no swatting is allowed. But then again, we have Grady Judd as our sheriff, and he's in the news like every other day. And he works side by side with a lot of the trafficking organizations and putting pedophiles and arresting the pedophiles and putting them behind bars where they go. He even does different cases. He's arrested people from out in the Orlando area as well, Pinellas County, Hillsborough, and I believe they're working on some form of artificial intelligence and fake crimes that are being committed and pushing that through the colleges too, and using their scientific backing to make more arrests.
Well, do they have what's called a 5456D in Florida where a judge can order you to get psychiatrically evaluated and then they can force medicate you
Yeah,
up to
they
28
can.
months?
Yes, they can.
You're not very loud, John. It's hard. It's kind of difficult to hear you.
Oh. I'm going to turn on the other computer and the mic.
That's a little better.
That's
Whatever you
better.
did just now.
Yeah, that's a whole lot better.
Right. So here we are, John. Why don't you go through, an overview of the summary of what got you committed to Whiting, what they've been able to prove that it was basically a targeting, strategized plot to put you in Whiting to shut you up on the election fraud as well as other things. And I'm just going to give you the floor, John.
Oh, well, I think the district attorney, Hallstrom, is in the Norwalk Democratic Party with Secretary of State Stephanie Thomas in the Norwalk branch. I'm in the RTC. They're in the Democratic National Committee. And the DA kept coming in saying, oh, the Secretary of State doesn't feel safe. Johnny was at the Secretary of State's office. I'm like, hold on, I had an appointment. I handed her signatures. I never met the Secretary of State in the Secretary of State's building. But we have a character named Sam who met with her regularly, who was on my campaign team. And he's missing since July 3rd, 2024. We've never heard from him again.
Well, you didn't
the
hear from
signatures he had are missing.
Right.
Yeah, and we also found out today, though, that the Secretary of State's office was robbed, right? Broken
Yeah, the day before.
The day before, which is real interesting because he's the one that collected all the signatures for John Flynn.
Right.
And
I went the week before, and he went, I believe, on the Monday, which would be the 3rd, and the office was broken into on the 2nd. They're not claiming anything was taken from the office, though.
And when he dropped off the ballots of your campaign, you know, your votes, he never came back, and you never saw him again.
Correct. And I went to Norwalk and filed a missing persons report. And we went there 2 days ago to get a copy of it, and they won't give it to us. So here we are. The campaign manager of the U.S. Senate race is missing. He's done other campaigns. He did Dr. Oz. So he has a reputation. He's a very good person at getting signatures. He's kind of a charming dude. And he certainly charmed the pants off the Secretary of State. I can guarantee you that, because he had her in the palm of his hand. But other than that, where'd the
What happened? What happened? Sounds off. John?
I got it, Eden. John, I think we lost you. Go ahead and pick up where a little bit of what it, said. So there's no dead space, Autumn.
Yeah, I that happened to me just a little while ago too. I'm sure he'll have to probably jump off and come right back up. But that happens a lot. Guys, today had an amazing day, because I had her on the phone too, working with some people in Cairo. Dr. Amen actually got to meet Amy today to collaborate with her, and she got to meet Jonathan from the Humans, and she got to meet Queen Aisha
I was going on what we were talking about with John.
John?
Trying to keep it on the subject.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What John brought out today that was so interesting. He's like, yeah, I had this guy come into town. He said he worked on Dr. Oz's campaign. I said, what was his name? And so did Dawn, and we're like, both of us are like on our phones, like, or she's on the computer and I'm on my phone trying to find this guy. And I said, well, how much did you pay him? And he said, I paid him every single day because he got signatures. And what I did was I gave him, I said, well, how much was that? And I said, was that like, $50 a day? He's like, no, it was a couple $100 a day. I said, well, how long I said, he stayed at your house. And I said, he just showed up and said he wanted to work on your campaign? Had access to all your things in your house, John Flynn? And he's like, yes. And I said, how long did he stay there? He said, 2 months. I said, so he's at your house for 2 months and then just disappears? And he said, yeah, I filed a missing persons report on him. And I was like, so he made $12,000 from you, John. I mean, God.
Well, yes, and that the biggest thing is that he disappeared after dropping off the ballots for John's election.
Yeah. It's just getting better and better.
And the guy called him out of the blue going, hey, I worked on Dr. Oz's campaign, did such a great job there. I want to work on yours. You're going to be fabulous. And
John sent him a plane ticket.
Well, but then he did as such of a thing as, infiltrators and agents. And,
now.
the targeting, and we do know now. This is why I'm trying to tell John he has to be more careful. More people are going to come after him, and more people are going to try to distract him and discombobulate him and discredit him. So he's got to be careful, keep his circle tight and small.
And not eat out. It's very important that he cooks all of his food. If he doesn't prepare it or pour it, I've been poisoned so many times, Autumn, I tell you, we've been poisoned. Cherry, you were poisoned.
You know I have.
You were poisoned. If I had not done biofeedback on you, girl, you were sick in Tennessee. They did a number on us in Tennessee.
And they did a number on at your house.
Oh, they almost killed you. I'm going to get justice for you, young lady. To have a blood transfusion, I found the 2 spots where they put the poison. I found the poison, Autumn.
I know you did.
I found the poison.
Where'd John go?
Autumn saved my life because I was driving to Autumn's right after I was poisoned, and when I got there, I told him if she hadn't had the activated charcoal pills.
Activated charcoal sound familiar there, Miss Eden?
Yeah, Miss Eden's the one that saved your life because I'm the one who gave that kit to her.
Thank you so much.
You're quite welcome, my dear.
I actually went and bought myself some at the store.
Yeah. Anyway, so John's coming back up.
Yeah, John, he really does need to be careful. He can't be eating out. He just cannot be eating out right now or have food delivered to him. It just can't happen.
Correct. John, I sent you a mic. Come on up. If you can.
Here's Johnny. Where are you?
And, if you guys can pull
Can you
together
hear
with me. Yes, go right ahead.
Well, in my case, I'm safer eating out because the people in my family are cooking for me and they're trying to kill me too.
Well, it's not funny, but you're right. You have to make your own food. You really do. There's too many people coming in and out of your house
Yeah.
that definitely involved that can poison anything in your refrigerator.
And
Grandpa went
usually,
out to-
hey John,
Grandpa went
they usually put it in drinks like antifreeze or bleach. If you ever drink something and you like, do not drink it. That's the best. They love to use antifreeze.
Well,
Mine's
News Channel 12 took Grandpa out to dinner tonight with Elizabeth, so.
Yeah, you like that, huh? The
crazy.
freaking anchor for News Channel 12 took his father out to dinner. What?
They want to talk to him,
I bet they do.
and they don't want me present.
You think?
Surprise,
It's good.
surprise.
He's the guy that puts Blumenthal on every 6 times every Saturday.
Yeah, he's Blumenthal's man.
Your daddy knows not to. Is he not? I hope daddy's not demented, because you know how they can trick people into something and make you look totally not what you are.
Well,
Well, what's interesting is they invited themselves to Lake George, and they're going next week on vacation.
Wow.
that's a torture tactic. But guess what? I believe that Bloomy, you know who I'm talking about, is daddy to Frankie.
Well,
He calls him daddy.
Frank said 2 days ago that Blumenthal doesn't even know who you are, and I said, "Oh yeah, last time I saw him, he ran away."
Blumenthal.
I saw Matt Blumenthal in Trader Joe's. I was shopping, and I had like eggs and vegetables. And Matt Blumenthal comes walking in, hadn't noticed me, comes right next to me, turns, looks at me, puts his basket down, and runs out the door.
You see, the light always makes darkness run.
Like little cockroaches. You turn the light on and they scatter.
Exactly. And Blumenthal, he was on your lawsuit, and got an attorney to remove him from the lawsuit. So he has to know exactly who you
Of
are.
course he knows. I've been on the same ads that Channel 12 did, back to back.
So he's not on our lawsuit now that we're doing in Connecticut? He's been taken off?
We're gonna approach it a different manner.
Flynn versus Blumenthal. There's 180 defendants.
Yeah, I'll talk to you about that soon, Susan.
Okay. Just since I'm on it, I kind of need to be on the same page.
Well, we're going to approach it a better way in the.
It's interesting because he appointed the judges that dismissed the case against him
Wow. Damn.
to the federal bench. And now he just appointed Judge Russell, who's handling the habeas corpus, which nothing was done. The habeas corpus is not over, folks, even though I'm out.
Explain that.
It's been filed to the Supreme Court.
Okay.
It's filed with the Department of Justice. They're going to do an investigation.
Oh,
We should have
shit.
heard already, but we haven't heard anything. I'm hoping that they just show up and ask him out of the court and put him right in jail.
So we've got someone in Washington that's actually working for you, John, and putting stuff in the right hands of the right people. So that's a good thing for all of us here. So, we're all going to win on the tails of John. And I truly believe that. And I don't think that John's going to get how we worked so hard for him to get him out. But but I'm telling you, he has a lay down, and there's nothing that they can say that's going to make it not a lay down.
It is complicated, though.
Well, it's meant to be complicated. It's designed to be complicated.
Yeah, it's the 48th version of the lawsuit, so we keep adding people, and they're overwhelmed because they like something simple in 30 pages. When you get 300 pages and 180 defendants, they start asking you, well, which defendant did what? I say, hey, they all acted. It's RICO, so any felony of any defendant, every single defendant has to deal with that as their own felony. That's the way it works. So that's what's really got them in a bind.
Well, but that makes it much easier for them to rescue it in the manner of saying that it's not in the right jurisdiction. That is why no one is being successful in the courts, because they've designed the courts to work against us, and we don't understand our constitutional and common laws, and they don't operate that way anyway. And we have to be in the right jurisdiction. That's the key, John.
Well, we went under the Constitution. If you read the habeas corpus, it's got nothing to do with statutory law. And the response of the Attorney General was, you know, this Connecticut statute, that Connecticut statute. We're in a federal court that doesn't even follow federal law, so we're not playing in their sandbox, so to speak.
Correct.
Right, so it's kind of moot. But the fact that your Lizzie was a defendant, a plaintiff rather, Ethan Book was a plaintiff. He got murdered. How many murders are they going to put up?
Well, that's the key. I mean, these people.
Ethan Book ran for U.S. Senate against Richard Blumenthal, and he got.
Well, that's why we are stressing, all of us, I think, would agree with me when I say this, is you have to get out of there.
Well, here we go. It's hard to get out of there. When you go to the state, they assign a public defender, and he happens to be a Jim Himes staffer. You can wonder.
I'm talking about you have to get out of Connecticut.
Saying Dennis Bradley worked for Jim Himes, and who's on the intelligence committee that dealt with Afghanistan, and he screwed up Afghanistan so badly. Our cases against BlackRock, and BlackRock owns Bank America. Bank America is Jim Himes' largest donor, and Bank America has 10 attorneys on their staff claiming to be my attorney, who I don't know, and they cash stolen checks. So here we go. They're claiming to be my attorney. How is this possible? It's because the bar is involved. The judiciary is involved. There's all types of things that are supposed to be unbiased involved, which you can say, hey, Trump got screwed by Letitia James, but it wasn't the Bar Association. It wasn't 2 senators, congressmen. That was just a lowly DA. Our DA, you know, like I was saying, walked into the courtroom and said, Flynn has been threatening to blow up the Bridgeport court, and I never did that. He said it on the record. He's going to have to prove that to a jury beyond a reasonable doubt, and there's no proof of that. I never said that. How does a DA walk in off the street, pull, you know, a automatic off the street? Autumn, you threatened to blow up the courtroom. No, I didn't. Prove it. Oh no, he doesn't have to prove it. I'm guilty until proven innocent in Connecticut.
Well, your video proves that you didn't, but they keep stealing that.
Yeah, now here they are stealing my computers. Guess what? I just got one better than ever. I just turned it on. My computer guy just left. I've been helping him. He's been false-tested multiple times. He has a warrant for his arrest, he's told. It's impossible. Everything about it is impossible.
Well, he's been helping you for a minute, and they're of course going to target him.
Yeah, but I got him out of jail once. So he and I are square. He's got a long, it's a very interesting story. And unfortunately, they're playing these medical cards. They put him on Seroquel, folks, which is one of those drugs. Steve knows about Seroquel. Maybe you can talk about Seroquel. Steve, can you talk about Seroquel?
Yeah, it's funny because the only problems with it, but I can call it something like I got it, but I just kind of went through a hell getting off of it. I know that.
That's what happened to Glenn.
So I know, yeah, a lot of metabolic, like a lot of the other ones. When I went off of it, definitely was it. I've been off it for years. So
He said it gave him a heart. He gave him a heart condition. Yeah.
Yeah. I bet.
He made the mistake of fasting at the same time.
Okay.
So he said he almost died.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just like everyone, somebody that wasn't, for the burning symptoms and cause them with that one, just like they did with the others, because
He said he was seeing delusions and hallucinations, and when he was on, he never saw them before, and then when he went off, they went away, and he's never had them again.
Actually some withdrawal psychosis myself. I wasn't successful the first time I tried to go off. And I did all the research about how to go off appropriately, which is what somebody has to look at. The doctors don't in the rest of patient resources. I don't know what it is, like 25, like the lowest. Believe it or not, that lower dose that the patient's actually liquid.
John, it's really hard to hear him because we can't hardly hear a thing he's saying. So I think, yeah.
I got it on the max. But you know
Yeah,
what, Sherry? You sound a lot more sane than you do.
Uh-huh. Is this the one that killed his parents?
No.
Okay.
No.
Anyway, so he's not coming in at all. I mean, if somebody can hear the guy, please give me a thumbs up.
Yeah, it's not loud enough, Steve. I got it.
No, it's not that it's not loud enough. It's breaking up. He's coming in like he's breaking up.
I'm still breaking up.
I'm looking at the mic. It's on the max.
Okay. I mean, I'm through here.
Yeah, no, I think that we should. I think we should stop trying to get him in on our conversation and let him just listen to the tape.
Cool. It's not coming in clear. I can hear you clear.
Okay.
It's hard to do that. I tried doing that with you when you were in there and no one could really hear you. That's why I had to quit.
There's really no other way. There's no other way to do it, really.
Yeah, I know. That's why it didn't work when I was trying to do it with you. It's unfortunate.
So anyway, does anyone have any questions? Who's 702 FISA?
That's our one of our people that come and talk a lot. I'll try to send them.
What happened with her and FISA? Because Judge Kara is the Connecticut FISA court judge. He's dirty, man. There are 11 FISA judges, and named 3 of them in our lawsuit, but not the rest because we don't have the victim statements.
Hey, John.
Hey,
That's Hannah.
that's Hannah?
That's Hannah.
Hannah be an aunt.
Yes, I am.
Good for you. That was a lot of hard work, wasn't it?
Oh, you're so funny. Hey, Hannah, loved it. John just said the guy that's in the mental facilities is saner than me.
I don't believe that.
Funny.
Remind me to buy you something for Christmas. I will.
Who? My mom or me?
You.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad you're out, John.
Yeah, it was a really rough road. But
So what's your plans? Let's go to what plans. And I was trying to get to the point where, why you got, for the people that don't know why you were in there, just a quick overview, and then the people that
because the DA, any DA can force a 5456D, which is a mental evaluation by DUMAS, Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services, and they can write whatever the hell they want in the report, and the judge normally agrees with whatever they say, because the judge needs a professional opinion or two, and when they get that, if they want to nail you to the cross, they can, and they can make it pretty bad.
I went to church today.
Excellent.
Hannah, we're not on the phone call. We're on a space, and we're on a show.
Did you see the Lord? Hannah, did you see the Lord?
Not yet. She's waiting. We're all waiting, I think.
So what's the due date?
March 11th.
11th.
Ah, March 10th's my birthday. Let's come on, 10.
My dad's birthday is the 12th.
Pisces up in the house.
I'm an Aries.
Hey, John, I think we ought to somehow, all 50 states, come up with some kind of bill to protect anybody that's been committed under the realms of schizophrenic, since it is a frequency, it is a government. There are 6 studies done by the government: schizophrenia, anxiety, addiction, Tourette's, Alzheimer's, and bipolar. If you have any of those labels, you're in a government brain research study. So you need to write laws and get these people out, like your friend that's been there for 11 years. It's ridiculous to be locked up for 11 years.
Well,
What did he do to get in there, John?
we're not talking about that. It's got nothing to do with labeling you as schizophrenic when you're not is really a crime.
It's medical fraud and trafficking.
Yeah. Now,
Medical
they
insurance fraud
intend to
too.
do that. In Connecticut, they intend to do that to anyone who's pleading not guilty. So here we go. We have a percentage of the police that don't follow federal law, obviously, or immigration law, or election law, which is law, nonetheless. And then when you break those laws, they selectively enforce the law. And for example, if all my possessions were stolen when I was in Whiting, which is true, that's theft. When they steal your medical records, that's worse than theft, because the records would tell a story which was unjust, it would violate 18 USC 241, conspiracy against rights, and 242, deprivation against rights, which is what we need to avoid, because
and that's HIPAA violations too. That's a conspiracy to medical fraud, trafficking, extortion, probably because it's trafficking, illegal research.
Right, and they're right now with my dad, telling them this, everything they know about Whiting. Crazy.
Oh God.
Fine with me. I'm glad they tell him anything, because he'll turn around and tell me.
It's just a revolving rabbit hole.
Hey, John, for any future interviews, get your daddy a pocket player and let him tape anything that he does.
Don't talk about that. Well, John, when you were arrested, right? They have a video of not assaulting an officer and you being assaulted, and then they put a, what was it? They put a what did Judge Reed do? She go ahead and tell that story about how she covered up the video.
They put a protective order on the video, so I can't share it. So my attorney won't send it to me, so I can't play it. But I should have every right to a public, in a courtroom, public video of me, especially if I'm falsely accused. It's all going to come out. And unfortunately, I may have a bigger claim against my attorney than I do against the state.
You have a claim against everyone, but one of the things that we have to do right now is to keep you safe and alert. Get on a swivel, because these people aren't normal people. They're not people. They're demons.
Mm-hmm. That's a big amen on that one.
But we only have 20 users in the space, so there's no risk of us talking about it right here and now. But the problem is that it's really affecting mainstream America now. When we were talking about this a year ago, I bet you doubled the amount of people under surveillance in that time.
I'd say triple.
Now that we're awake to this, I mean, you can just people like, I just met a random person the other day and started talking to her that she was working in Home Depot and I was working in Home Depot doing a product demonstration. But she was talking to me and I was like, oh my God, she sounds like she's targeted. And sure enough, she kept going down her story. And I was like, she's definitely targeted. And she's definitely MK Ultra. And it's like, now that our eyes are awake, we see the signs, we see the commonalities. We see everything that tells us, wow, you're MK Ultra and you don't even know it.
Here's the thing, when they diagnose you as schizophrenic and they don't even give you the test to see
the MMP
right.
test for schizophrenia.
Correct. I mean, they may give you that, but they never check you, for the RFID chips in the first place, which are antenna and broadcasting system in your head.
And it causes anxiety, it causes the hyperness, a lot of us have ADHD. I'm telling you, I really think that's what
it causes. A dysregulated nervous system, and your nervous system, when dysregulated, affects your sleep, it affects your metabolic, it affects everything. They keep it in your nervous system is a part of the AI in which they're doing the biosensing. They're reading your thoughts in your nervous system and controlling you through your nervous system. Fact.
100%.
So that's Susan talking, Steve.
Would Susan like to get on here and tell us about her picture with Blumenthal?
Oh, Susan's out to dinner with Meredith and Frank.
I forgot the picture with Blumenthal was of Meredith's condo.
I was thinking y'all were saying I had a picture with Blumenthal. I was like, what the hell are they talking about? I was sitting there going, Susan, what? That's funny.
No, not you, Susan. Your sister, Susan. But we forget to say his other sister is actually connected to BlackRock.
Oh, John.
Yeah.
So,
And then you're Airdyne, aren't you? What does your sister do? Isn't she like DOD, like Sherry? Crazy. Isn't it DOD?
No.
she's Lockheed Martin.
Lockheed. Well, there you go. Better those two, BlackRock and Lockheed. They love us.
My cousin is the and Lockheed Martin top secret,
Oh,
which is where it came from. His mother, God rest her soul. Well, I don't know if that's even possible, but she got together with one of the heirs of DuPont, and that's where I believe the whole Ultra program started, was in that arena.
Holy crap! With DuPont.
Yeah, she was married to one of the heirs of DuPont.
Well, I'm going to give you a little tip here. The DuPont family, because I'm Van Dyne, has a lot to do with the Bauer family, who financed World War I, II, and also is behind the, Oxycontin epidemic of our world. It's all related.
And John was a whistleblower on one of the doctors who was running a pill mill out of Connecticut, and that was where it really started going haywire.
Hey, John, you'll appreciate this. In Kentucky yesterday, a judge was busted because he had a sex ring of doing favors for his, judgment, and it's all come out. Google Kentucky judge sex ring.
When did this happen?
Yesterday. I have my page. I have a whole interview on it.
So I truly think, and I hate doing this because I do this to myself, taking myself down a huge roller coaster ride, because one day I'm up and going, okay, they're finally going after them. The next day I'm like, no, it's bullshit. They're not doing anything. And then it's like emotional roller coaster on top of the trauma and the torture that we already go through every day. It's like, it just keeps. Nothing is happening. Like, I want to see people in orange suits, with their head, in a gavel type thing.
Well, I can promise you this, knowing somebody's in cyberspace force. They just sent the National Guard out to 19 states. You are about to see major arrests done, and they're pre-placing their people before the riots and this comes down. We will have all of the stuff in the tribunal since 2017. They're all coming out. It's coming out.
John?
Yep.
Is Blumenthal in jail? We want to see him in jail, right?
They're talking about it.
I say that song, for Blumenthal, it should be Coming to the Tree song. I'm just saying.
You got to wonder if the Darien police are starting to get worried. Yeah. I mean, they don't give a shit about anything.
So tell them the story about you going and trying to report all your equipment and your devices that were stolen.
Damn.
About it.
They wouldn't take a report. They said, you're the guy in waiting.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, but I'm out because I'm sane. Normally, the cops go through this routine. Oh, I think you need to be, you feel all right? You're having a mental breakdown? They say that to everyone. And you're like, no.
Do you remember listening to the phone call that I had recorded when I called the police department as their pension fund with my handler's best friend's financial company? I called him, this is before I found that out, but I called him and I was like, yeah, well, I have the information, and because I left my home because you would investigate, and now I had to leave so I could figure out what was going on. And then I figured out what was going on. I want to send you my evidence of what I'm saying is true. And they were like, they refused for me to email it to them, refused. And I said, well, do you think that I should, so what do you do? He said, what do you want me to do? I said, I'd like you to do your job. And he said, I'd like you to come down here and find out what your rights are.
That was a veiled threat against you.
I have it recorded. I said, well, I'm glad I recorded this phone call, sir.
It's in Jackson, Mississippi.
It's in Lamar County, Mississippi.
Oh, Lamar. I'm from Jackson. Girl, crooked.
Yes, they are the and the lawyer that I paid for my handler when he got caught with 90 lower tabs I paid the lawyer $17,000, and I went to him because he was still on bond when all this happened.
Did you say 90 Lord tabs? Did I hear that? 90 Lord tabs.
Yeah, and not in a prescription bottle.
That's a felony.
And you think on each
pill. Right? Yeah.
So I went to him, but he was still on bond. And I said, look, your client that I hired you to represent is now trying to kill me. I just have evidence of him going to murder me. And he's like, well, I can't really do anything. He's my client. And I said, I don't care. I said, you got to help me somehow, because the police aren't doing anything. And the last time I went up there was like the third time. I was walking down the street with a sidewalk, and I was like, you got to help me. And he goes, well, I'll call the AG's office. I have some people at the AG's office. I'll call them. Never heard a word, never answered the phone again. Then, so I just looked, it was on Facebook, and that's how I became aware of it, where the governor of Mississippi just made him a circuit court judge. I was like, really? They're paying him off real good. Crazy. John, we have evidence. We have the evidence we need to go against these people who've been running slush funds.
No. But none of all the courts are dysfunctional right now. All of them.
That's why you have to go to the federal claims court. This is why I keep saying this.
Well, you know, if they won't do anything for people in their own state, why are they going to help anyone in Connecticut?
Well, I think, like Susan said, I think it's coming, and they're digging out they're trying to save the kids first, get them out of the tunnels, whatever. This is what I'm hearing, and then they're going after the next level. This is what I'm hearing.
Yep. I have confirmation of 3 confirmations is happening. I knew the National Guard was coming to Alabama 4 days ago, before it was announced.
How many came?
Don't know how many they sent, but I know they came. They sent, I think, 150 even from New York out there to help Trump in D.C. They're sending like little units, 150 here, 300 here. They're not carrying weapons, though, actually. They have with them, but they're not carrying them on the street. The only thing that scares me is I'm hearing Trump's going to make an executive order that all disabled and mentally ill people can be institutionalized. Have y'all heard anything on that? Because that kind of scares me a little bit.
Well, he did more than that. He put an executive order that he's
people living on the street.
Yeah, the homeless people.
Not crazy people?
Right. Homeless people that are on the street, they're going to be taken and put into mental and treatment center.
Good. Maybe they'll get some help.
Not good. Most of those people that are homeless are targeted. We know that.
No, that's true too. I'm talking about the drug addicts that really need help.
The drug addicts probably are taken care of because they're sleeping with a person that's buying drugs from them, or vice versa.
Yeah.
They take care of their own.
I do know that they're going to try to lock us back down for another pandemic. I'm just warning you. Just warning you.
And I think it's going to be the Legionnaires' disease.
I don't know. They're going to call it disease X, or either they're going to have they say it's like a smallpox outbreak.
There's 6 people that have already been confirmed that has died from Legion right now in New York. It hasn't been like, I just read an article about
it. And the bubonic plague stopped, I think, in Texas. Wasn't it the plague in Texas? It was either Florida or Texas. Can't remember.
Well, I hope it's not either one. Yeah. Autumn's in Florida and I'm in Texas.
Yeah. Y'all need to keep your immune system up. Seriously, you need to get out in the sunshine every day. You need to be detoxing your liver. You need to be doing hot Epsom salt baths, using essential oils like frankincense to strengthen your immune system daily. Lemon, lots of lemon. John, we need to start.
Did we lose John again?
Nope, I'm here.
Yeah, we need to get John some biofeedback and start detoxing the Abilify out of you too, young man.
Amy, do you have any questions for John, or do you want to say anything to anyone that might want to know something that you know that you want people to understand about John?
Well, like I was saying, I have two guys that want to possibly be helped somehow, if you can. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll work on that, John, with you. Just, we'll talk by side with that, and I'll help you out with that situation, and I'll help them out too. Why don't you tell everybody about the $1 million bribe that you got, John?
Oh, wow.
Well, it was $100 million, and it wasn't real. It was entrapment. They handed me a debit card and said, on this debit card, the money that was stolen from your brokerage firm plus interest is on there. And I said, really? 50 million plus interest? And they said 100 million.
Wow.
Which was remarkable. But they did it multiple times, and we actually had a meeting about it in Greenwich. We drove to the guy's house, knock on the door, and I knew the guy, both of them. When I was a trader at McMahon in Greenwich and on Steamboat Road, one of the guys ran desk and the other guy was his son. They turned state's evidence, I guess, in the Bernie Madoff case and ended up not getting indicted. I'm not sure all the details. The details are sketchy, but I do know that they were in a lawsuit for years. And then the kid starts revealing all these gigantic Ponzi schemes as a news reporter. And as he was being fed by the feds themselves, and they needed an outlet to research the money laundering that they discovered. And the guy's pretty famous from that. But all in all, the person involved keeps saying, my brother this, my father that, my brother this, my father that. And it turns out they're from my hometown, and I've known them since I was 10 years old.
They probably were put in your life from the very beginning.
I'm not sure.
John, you really need to listen to us about the infiltration that they're going to send your way. You really need to listen to us and circle the wagons.
He wasn't.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you.
He wasn't dirty when I met him, and he wasn't worth 50 million either, or more. He's probably worth more than that.
Getting weird boxes at your house too. Be careful about opening mail. I'd wear gloves, and just be careful of anything that if you think that's even anything weird at all, do not open it.
No, I understand. I'm pretty cautious, but
they can lace your mail with anthrax or powder even if you touch it. So just be very, very, very careful. Have you gotten your mail since they wouldn't let you have your mail in the hospital? Because we did that little game between you and me. Did you ever get all your mail?
only 20 pieces, which is like 2 days worth.
Yeah, you were there how long? 5 months, 6 months? You got 20 pieces? Yeah, they messed your mail.
Yeah.
You need to make a complaint to the Postmaster General.
Well,
Autumn's my witness. Autumn, tell them they were opening up only my court papers. Autumn's my witness.
Yeah, well, they made the mistake of writing return to sender on the letters from the court to the prison, and the court got them back.
Wow, so you didn't do process of being notified. Goodness gracious.
Nope. No, that's true.
I haven't had mail in 2.5 years.
Yeah, they won't deliver mine either, but we're going to be sending out some letters this week.
Yes, I went and got her mail, and all of her mail had been opened and resealed with Scotch tape, but so had my mail in Austin, Texas. It was delivered to Rob's house, which was my temporary address in Texas.
That's tampering with federal. That's a court document. That's a felony, tampering with that.
They do that all the time, honey, especially when it is court documents.
Well, I told the woman she was going to be sued for not, violating my rights.
Well, I asked them at the post office, I was like, can you explain to me why Susan's mail has been opened up? And they were like, you need to talk to our supervisor. I was like, is the supervisor here? And they said, no, the supervisor's not here right now.
Of course not. Mary Isomee, I want the record to reflect in Alabaster, Alabama. Yeah. Scott Haney is the carrier, and you know what? The nice black man, I don't know if you got to meet the Marine, because he's helping me do some stuff on sex trafficking work. He brought my mail to my house personally and dropped it off, because he knows messing with me, and I don't have a truck, and I have, the car wreck pain. And my post carrier came by with him at my door. You should have seen the look on Scott's face. We're all going to win. We represent righteousness and on the right side of history. So no matter what they do to us, we John, you're the poster child, buddy. Sorry you lived through hell, but it's going to change a lot of people's lives, John.
Then update the writ.
Yep.
We'll do it again. I'm working on version 48. I worked on it today, a couple hours.
Good deal.
It's a beast. It's a horrible thing.
I just had Olga call me, and I sent her a link, but she doesn't seem to be able to get in.
Oh, I love Olga. Tell Olga hi.
She's supposed to be in here. I just sent her a link to come in here. She's like, I want to talk to John.
They're viciously attacking Olga. I mean, horrible microwave attacks. Horrible.
Yeah, they're awful.
Horrible.
Yeah. So, she worked for the UN.
Oh, I didn't realize that Olga worked for the UN.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Did not know that.
Yes, she did. And we have Joe up here that wants to talk to you about your writing your writ. Go ahead, Joe.
Hi, guys. I'm driving, so I'm on IH 35 headed north. So, at any rate, I'm sorry I missed the earlier part of this wonderful space that Sherry puts on every week. Thank you, Sherry. Johnny, Flynn, welcome home, brother.
Thank you.
Welcome to the free world again, bro. I've talked to John a few times over the weekend, and I'm very clear, like, I am on a mission here, and that is to have my freedom from the corporation, and the corporation is the United States of American Corporation, and that can only be done by becoming I hate using the word sovereign citizen, but that is exactly pretty much what it is. I think little has been really acknowledged or known about any of this, and I'm going to prove it this week. And I don't really want to talk too much about it until it's done. So I found out on Friday afternoon that I could file these things. So there's two places. There's only two places apparently in the United States that you can file in the recorder's office for this declaration. And Kimberly Mosby and I have been working on building a larger format of this declaration to include James Martinez's Clone Act, and other portions need to be filed at the same time. So by the time I arrive in Pima County, Tucson, aka Tucson, Arizona, this is the only other place that you can file it besides Anchorage. I'm going to file it in papyrus, and this is a really important step for us to declare our bio-freedom, our declaration of freedom from the corporation, and declare our back to the soil, and on this maritime BS. So I keep it clean for Sherry's space. But most of you know me. There'd be a lot of F words and other things included on that, but I'm going to keep it clean for tonight. Needless to say, give me a week, and I'm going to show everybody how to declare this.
Well, that's a little bit about what I wanted you to touch on, but the writ and the way we need to approach the claims is what I was trying to.
Okay, well, the U.S. federal claim court. So Sherry dug into this and found it for me, and I really dove into that site quite a bit, and it's another area for us to file claims. Actually, I built because Kim and I were going round and round about how much do you charge for all these things that have been done to us? There's got to be a way to have a calculator. So I built a calculator on Friday, and it needs a little cleanup, but it's pretty solid, and it's built on the premise of these claims that we can have against the government for different things. And
so basically to calculate your damages.
Exactly. Punitive, damages, exactly. And this is what, we haven't filed anything there yet, but within the week, I will have at least one, if not two, filings in there, and so will John Flynn, and we'll do 2 or 3 very quickly, and we're going to know what the response is. I kind of, I dug in a little bit further the last few days and found that there's some corruption there. Of course, it's a government entity, so it's corrupt. And I'm hoping that President Trump will have make some coverage here, but
I'm documenting my neighbor is assaulting me.
If you know me, I have very little faith, and I am.
So I'm gonna document it.
Well, the thing about it is that Trump actually appointed this new attorney due to the corruption that was already in there. There's only one attorney. So that's one of the things that, I wanted to let John know, that you can go in there and read about
sitting in the car pulling my bioinformatics.
I'm saying attorney, but I meant judge.
You see that?
That the judge, there's only one judge in the whole court. And
you're getting a letter tomorrow.
He just appointed him, and you need to read about him.
Yeah, I just pull in and sit in my driveway for 20 minutes.
The reason I think Trump knew that there was corruption there, and that was the only court that was in our jurisdiction that didn't have jurisdiction, and it was the only place that we were going to be able to go practice constitutional and common law. And I believe that that's the only. He gave us an avenue because he wants us to. He wants to get us out of being a straw man. He's dissolving the corporation of America anyway.
I certainly hope you're right, hon.
Sit in my driveway for minutes, 10, 20, 30,
at this point
hitting
time,
me.
Unfortunately, there's so
my
much
back is killing me right now.
Talk about the tail wag the dog. I generally don't watch the news, so, but the things I've seen
we're going to prop this up and just record.
Are very disturbing to me, especially within the last few weeks. It's very disturbing activity going on. Regardless of whether we believe
walk over there.
We shouldn't have.
Let them see that I'm taping them. Tired of this crap.
Foreign nationals in here with green
tired of it.
And so forth. The way they're going about
tired of this crap.
Forcing that.
And take
I totally disagree with their behavior and the hiring of.
We're going to sit here and show what they're doing.
Into this,
up close and personal.
Nazi tirade is not comforting to me at all.
Not normal. Not normal at all. Not normal.
Johnny Flynn.
Oh, you guys, I've got another person that's wanting to come up and speak, but, don't be all quiet.
I'm never quiet.
I think we're birds of a feather.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't you, hey, Target, why don't you take me down and invite Nikki Otto up here and see what Nikki Otto has to say?
I did. Oh, wait. Hold on. We got Drax coming in to say hello to John.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Drax.
No way.
You. Drax is our...
Still sitting
Oh,
there.
man. Yeah, if you guys haven't follow Jackson.
Don't
And
look.
he has faces all the time. John, Drax.
Well, here's Gang Stalker.
Thank God you're back, man.
White
It's
truck,
good
look
to
at
see
that.
you. Good to see all of you
Look at
guys.
that, with the flashers. Look, do you notice that? Look at this.
Brother, he's been a while. Almost you've been here way too long.
Look at this.
I thought you'd
Light assaults, left and right.
me out by now.
They're doing
Oh my
it, and they
goodness,
always
I
work in
wanted you to get
tandem.
on target. When is he getting
Always in
out? That's way
threes.
too long to be in there. Way too long.
Always in threes.
Yeah. I heard you're doing well, though.
Yeah, well as poor can get. You know, I'm producing and directing the Daily Fix podcast, and then I got one on Saturday night.
So they're
I'm gonna get you
assaulting
on
me.
as soon as I get my schedule clear. You can come out and meet Sylvia Road. I mean, Target was on there. She had fun.
Hi, Drax.
What's up, Miss Adam? How you doing? I see that
I'm
you got
good, baby. How are
Alaska
you?
Lounge. Yeah, good, alive and well. Well, I shouldn't say too well, man. I pulled something's wrong with my neck right now, so I'm going to the doctor tomorrow. But Drax can nurse it. It's fine.
Watch out for those doctors.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for him to say you need a neck surgery, Drax. It's like, did you see what happened to Hulk Hogan? No way.
Yeah.
So on a fun note, I had talked to researcher. He is going to start trying to do something with the MK Ultra thing. So let's get together, because guys, if you haven't followed Drax and the MK Ultra with researcher and hopefully Bill.
See what they're doing? It's still going on about 20 minutes.
Where's he at? Where's he at, man? He needs to get back to work.
It's assault.
I know.
He's out forever.
Light assault. Light
Some
harassment.
really good stuff with John.
And pulling my bioinformatics through that software, that car.
You get this. So John's father right now,
Back to my heart.
They came and picked John's father up to take him out to eat. The news people, it's crazy.
Those are incapacitated. That's a
What do you mean, the
weaponized
media came
car.
to take you? Yes, I'm
Look at those lights. Those are weaponized.
Tell him, John.
Get out of there,
You see that?
Johnny. Get out of there.
See this? Weaponized.
News Channel 12, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're gonna hear your story.
No.
Yep.
Oh, they know the story because they made it all happen.
Bingo.
Wow.
But it's pretty
More
More
incredible.
cars coming by.
The
Go ahead, John.
media controls the court
More
in
harassment.
Connecticut.
Yep, more harassment. Oh, this gonna be my neighbor right here, I do believe. Is this neighbor right here? Oh, working in tandem. Look at here. Look at here, working in tandem. This is good evidence. Good evidence.
And they
Good
have a meeting
evidence.
monthly and discuss what they're gonna.
Yep, good evidence.
Or
Yep, you seeing this?
destroy.
Yep. Can't wait to give them letters tomorrow. Absolutely cannot wait to give them legal letters.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yep.
But you're free now, man. Did you get a good meal when you got out? I bet you were like, gotta get some real food.
Oh, here comes the truck. See how they work in threes? You see how they work in threes? He's going to brighten me.
Hell yeah.
See this? This is brighting. This is brighting.
Yep.
It's brighting.